Hello everybody, welcome back for some StarCraft 2 action. We're here with Oliveira, recent world champion, up against Firefly. This is from the Asia region, where we also have the ESL winner, 2023. This is the playoffs. It is when they met in the upper bracket. So this is a game that was requested by one of our viewers, because apparently it's a pretty darn good series, and I'm all for it. I haven't seen it before, so I'm interested to see. I don't know a lot about the Asian scene, all things considered. I know more about EU, a little bit about NA, but we're gonna learn about Asia today. We got, of course, the reigning world champion in Oliveira. We're gonna see if he can hold up to the competition in Katowice in a couple months. Like, I believe it's in February again. So that's going to be exciting to see. But now, Firefly, a Protoss from, I think, China. It's going to show us how it's done. We see a gateway and a cybercore here. Zealot being constructed. This looks like a max packs opener, and the Zealot actually completes, so full throttle right away here in game number 1. And this Zealot is going around the scouting path of this SCV on Goldenaura. It's of course a little bit of a cheeky map, especially with this weird choke that you create here with the rocks. Like some siege tanks behind this can be a real pain. And Oliveira scouts Firefly's main base and realizes right away that something is up. Stalker pops out. He hasn't seen the Zealot yet, but he sees no natural. And ooh, he saw the unit go towards his main. Stop chasing the SCV on the map. And the first Zealot is here to chase away the SCV on this bunker. So let's try to get some stuff done, but there's already a Marine here, bunker halfway done, and a bunch of SCVs pulled off the line here, so the Zealot can't really stand and fight. Oh, that's 3 Marines. Oh my god, the blocking on that one. You saw the Zealot go like, let me hit you. He was not allowed to hit, and now there's a bunker full of, well, 3 Marines and a low health SCV, actually. Just chilling there. I guess that's kind of smart. Like, you see that the bunker looks differently when there's a unit in it, so Firefly still has to, like, play carefully. Do see a Cyclone coming out. Don't need a tech lab for that bad boy anymore. So let's see how this plays out. We do see... oh, Firefly. Gold base. Hello. Good job, buddy. And we see a Stargate actually on the other side of the map. Wow, I thought this was going to be a gateway, but it isn't. Oh, Cyclone is here, and it shoots down the first Stalker. God damn. These Stalkers got completely destroyed, and he just GG's out. What the... wait, what? Okay. And we're here on Equilibrium for the second game. Oliveira now up 1-0. That kind of looked like Firefly's first ladder game of the day, where, like, you forget your first pylon, and you're like, okay, just get me out. Like, GG, go next. I don't know, I was so convinced he was doing like a gateway rush, but apparently he only had a Stargate there and he was making Phoenixes. Which, like, no shield batteries either. So, like, it could have been Void Ray shield battery, but he was just making straight up Phoenixes. Maybe he miscued the unit? Maybe he thought he was making a Void Ray or something? But I don't know, like, 2 Stalkers could not hold back that many Marines and the refurbished Cyclone. And, well, Oliveira was just on top of that Stargate right away. It was very close to the natural of Oliveira, which of course got scouted because of that right away. I mean, the Stalkers basically led all of the units towards that Stargate. So, I mean, I like Firefly's guts. He went for like a cheeky strat, he went for a gold base and everything, and he just recognized, okay, it kind of fell apart. Let me try something else. Do see a cheeky Reaper wall over here in the main base of Firefly, and we do see a Reaper coming out of Oliveira. And maybe that build that Firefly did is very good against Reaper. But Oliveira just opened up straight Marines. So Oliveira had super fast Marines. That bunker was filled up real fast with all those Marines. So we saw that Zealot like got blocked by the SCVs as well. Just didn't look very nice for that Zealot at all. The Stalkers did get something done. Got a couple pop shots in here and there. But in the end, I don't even know if Oliveira lost a unit. That might have been a perfect game for Oliveira. Might have lost like a scouting SCV. So we do see quick factory once again. Second gas being added on. And what is the tech of choice for Firefly? We see a sentry actually. Opting to use that early gas for a sentry and a second gateway. But no tech just yet. A little quirky here from Firefly, I must say. I feel like usually you see a tech structure. Like a Robo, a Twilight, or a Stargate just right away so you can maximize the damage that you can do with that quick tech. But instead, second sentry here. Is he going for a cute, cheeky push? Like double Guardian Shield, maybe a Force Field. And with double Guardian Shield, I mean one Guardian Shield and then when the one expires, you get another one. Because they don't actually stack. Which would actually be hilariously broken if Guardian Shield stacked. Well, Reaper gets himself into a corner, but needs to check if there's any tech out here. And Oliveira scouts there's just no tech. He saw at least one of the sentries. I don't know if he saw the other one. But now there is a Phoenix coming out. If Oliveira is very astute or paying attention, he might know that this doesn't quite line up, that this hallucination is a little early to come from that sentry that he did see. Starport coming out. First Cyclone? Oh, there was already a Cyclone out. Second Cyclone coming out here. Double Cyclone. These Cyclones look really spooky. And we have another gold base from Firefly being scouted by Oliveira. My man Firefly likes his gold bases. And I like it that he likes it. It kind of fits his style as well. She's going Gateway Man. We see armor. I'm expecting to see charge now. There we go, charge. Armor is only really good for Zealots nowadays. Zealots, and I think maybe there's a Robo unit that has more HP than shields, but I don't think so. I think it's only Zealots that have more HP than shields on the Protoss side. Which means you'd rather just have shields, especially with shield batteries nowadays. But the 6 gateway count, this man is gonna have a lot of minerals for a lot of Zealots. He can put on a lot of pressure, especially with these 3 sentries. Again, Guardian Shield, pretty darn good. And Force Fields are the hand around the waist. And then suddenly you are surrounded by Force Fields and the Zealots come in from the front and just completely annihilate your Marine count, but there's medevacs, and Marines can pick up, or can get picked up by these medevacs, so that if they are in danger, you can save a bunch of them, but that does mean that you lose the position. Oh my god, what a nice probe here. Scouts this drop right away, and the pylon here, Firefly, is on top of it. He knows the timings. He's like, okay. Usually a Terran can kind of move out around 5:30 with a medevac drop, from what he had seen. Third command started going down for Oliveira, but he can't expect this to do any damage, and there is 3 Stalkers here. We do see 2 Cyclones here at the gold base and a Reaper. Reaper stays alive and gets its first kill. And the Marines are in the main here. Big drop by Oliveira. Loses 4 probes. But the gold base is open. Oh, shield battery keeps those probes alive. 1 probe does die. A couple Zealots being warped in. Does get... or its life gets prolonged by that shield battery. But the Marines are back. But there's still Zealots. Oh, actually blocks his own Zealot with that warp in. 6 probes have died. Let us see. 6 probes in total, but we did see 11 Marines die already, so a lot of these Marines in this drop have actually been traded off. So, decent for Firefly overall. Like, remember, he is on 3 bases, and one of them is a gold base, whereas Oliveira is stuck on 2, and only just finishing his 3rd base. Not even a 3rd orbital in his main to drop extra mules. So, Firefly definitely ahead in the income department right now, but it will equal up as soon as Oliveira has that orbital, can drop some more mules. Ooh, killing another spotter pylon, and Firefly just puts down another one. This cheeky guy. He's like, as long as I know where the drops are coming from, which on this map, I mean, it's close by air, so you kind of know where the drops want to come from. More pylons being thrown down because he's slightly supply blocked and probably wants to, like, warp in a bunch more Zealots. So many Zealots, look at this. 26 Zealots. Blink about to complete. Gateway Man is here. And he's not happy because he got completely crushed game 1. Although I kind of feel like he crushed himself in game 1. Liberator flies over this ginormous Zealot run by force. It's more like a flank. So let's see how set up Oliveira is. We got 3 tanks ready to roll. 4 tanks actually. And we do see 2 forces ready to move in there. Liberator wants to get some probe kills. 4th base underway for Firefly. I'm liking Firefly's position. This Liberator can hit like 1 probe. That hurts. You might want to click that on the Nexus, brother. And here come all the Zealots and the Stalkers. Nice target fire by the siege tanks. All this sentries get annihilated right away, so Guardian Shield is not an issue, but this is so many Zealots. The +1 armor just keeping them alive too long, and also +1 attack, making these Stalkers and Zealots super scary. 30 SCVs go down, the 3rd base is completely forfeit, and Firefly is still retaining his 2 other bases. And Oliveira is just forced to tap out. What a strat. And we're tied up here 1-1. Firefly took a pretty convincing game on Equilibrium there, going for a Reaper wall on hard lead. And I don't know, these first 2 games kind of feels like when you watch one of those gangster movies, I guess, or any movie where there's like crooks and they get in a fight and they're like, hit me, brother, hit me, come on, hit me. You know, you get a free shot. And then they both just got a free shot at each other. And so first Oliveira just kicked the legs underneath Firefly, like from under beneath him. So he fell to the floor right away. He was kind of like embarrassed, honestly. That first game was embarrassing. And then Firefly stood up and he was like, mother trucker. And he fucking just punched him in the nose. Bam! Like, no. Yeah, I didn't hold back. That's what I'm trying to say. And there was so many Zealots from that gold base. I was very surprised. Like, wow. He was just mining minerals and warping in Zealots. That's StarCraft, baby. Sober core on the way now. 1 gas, barely mining gas, actually. Really prioritizing that mineral count for the super fast Nexus. So if you're laddering a bit with Protoss, look at your gases, baby. You need that Nexus. Blocking this low ground CC with the probe as well, being annoying AF. We do see a Marine opener again for Oliveira. Gets 1 Marine and a reactor. Now does get down his CC. I don't think he actually had to reveal the Marine, but I think Firefly knows about the Marine because he doesn't see a Reaper, right? And then the only thing you're really wondering is like how many Marines. Because Oliveira could be spamming Marines right now, and then you kind of do like a timing with them, where you have like 12, 14 Marines all of a sudden, maybe with a Cyclone, you just kind of move across the map. It's not super strong, but, well, it can be very strong if you don't see it. And right now, Firefly is a little bit in the dark. We do see an Adept here, but as you can see, this Adept does not dare move out right now for the potential of maybe going around the units that are moving across the map, and all of a sudden your adept is like half away across the map. Ooh, look at this probe though. We see Twilight Console. Is this going to be a proxy Dark Shrine? Which is, like, it's proxied because it needs to be hidden. Okay, we did see a shade from the adept being cancelled there, so Firefly doesn't dare to move out, and, well, if he is going to make that Dark Shrine, probably doesn't plan on making a lot of units right now, because he just wants that gas, wants to probe up, wants to get upgrades as well, and then also a Dark Shrine is just very expensive to do all those things. Do see Blink, we do see a Robo, and DTs are obviously pretty good if you have a Warp Prism as well. Maybe he's just... Oh, never mind. The probe was noticed. Thank you, Senpai. Pylon... Is he going to hit him base again, actually? It would be kinda nutty. And Oliveira did move out with a bunch of his Marines scattered at the map, but didn't actually get to see a lot. Now did he? Yeah, hasn't seen the base of Oliveira for quite a bit. Scouts around, or for Firefly. Now he scouts around to see a third base. Let's see what he sees. We know there's a third base now, but where is it? Oliveira is about to... Oh, it's the hit. It's hidden. Goddamn. Goddamn. Marine does get shut down. Now we have a decent Marine count here with a Cyclone support. Whoa, actually see a Banshee in PvT. Don't see that every day. There is a Robo, however, and Oliveira knows there's a Robo. He saw it with the Marine. But he does not know about the hidden base. Double Forge! This guy! Firefly! This guy is so cheeky! Can you... He's making double upgrades hidden in the corner of the map with a third base. He's like signaling a 2-base all-in, but actually... Oh no, oh no, 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 oh no! The Banshee is going to find it, oh no. God, Oliveira, is he? He might miss it. He might actually miss it. No, no, no. He's missing it. He doesn't see the base. Oh my God, that's unfortunate. Oh, and he recalled a bunch of probes from his natural. Now the Stalkers and the Observer are ready to catch this. There's no gas here, which is a little weird at this timing. Even if it's kind of an all-in, you'd expect something. Oliveira, I mean, rightfully so, he expects a third base to be here and to be operational, because otherwise everything you see here doesn't make sense. Shield battery coming in at the natural here. Stalkers move out to maybe force a siege. And Oliveira moves in, it's like, what? Where's the third base? What? Banshee goes into the main. But now what does he do? More gateways being added on. Double upgrades from the corner of the map. Dude. Firefly has some big cojones. No third base for Oliveira. I think he psyched him out very convincingly, or very successfully. And now look at this Marine going around. He will eventually spot it. Terran's like, what the hell's going on? And 2-2 is being started and chrono boosted from this hidden third nexus. Wait, what? Oh no, I think this adept is supposed to be there, but now... I'm so confused. Oh, and he stims in, he knows. He's like, I need to find something. And he finds this hidden base. Starker cleans it up right away, but what is his reaction? Immediate move out. He's like, this can't stand. I won't stand for this, and we see Warpins at the hidden base for Firefly, signaling that he wants to potentially protect and defend that third base. Kind of has to protect his own forges, you know, because if those forges go down, then the upgrades also go down with them, or get cancelled with them. Oh, a nice snipe on that tank. You don't want to see that happening if you're Oliveira. We do see 2 adepts. Oh my God, this is such a big delay. This whole army is chasing after a singular adept. What is Oliveira doing? What do you do now? Like, surely you must realize that you just missed your timing. And now you're 2 base versus 3 base. 3rd base is up though for Oliveira. But Firefly about to explode in unit production again. He's doing a little cheeky gateway man again. With some observers and a Warp Prism. But he's about to have 2-2 with Blink Stalkers. And some Charged Zealots sprinkled in there, you know. Oh, Widow Mind Drop gets completely annihilated here. Firefly is destroying Oliveira here. Like, he's on top of his shit. Stalkers move in, get a couple bio units and blink back out, and now we see mass Zealot Warpins in the main base. It's kind of like a leak. You have to close it fast, otherwise your ship will sink. And the Warp Prism does get targeted down by these 2 Vikings, but the Stalkers blink on in there. We do have a cheeky Guardian Shield from this 1 sentry. Doesn't get targeted down. And 19 SCVs have died, 37 workers for Oliveira. This 3rd base is his lifeline for this game right now. If he can mule this one down, then he can maybe get a pretty decent army. +1 armor about to finish for the Terran here, so that might be a decent timing for him to fight, although he's behind 3 upgrades right now. Soon to be 2, but it still isn't looking pretty. Widowmine count, only 1, and there is an observer, so the Widowmines get taken down. Ooh, the Marauders do a big deal on these Stalkers, though. These Stalkers are 2-2. 2-2 Zealots, they're just not dying at all. And Oliveira overstimming his army, just trying to get into the meaty backline of that Protoss army, trying to get on top of those Stalkers, but they just blink back. Zealots charge in, and suddenly you're in such a terrible position. And after that, well, baffling game 1. Firefly is up 2-1 in this series. And Firefly is now up 2-1. And we are on Oceanborn, going for another Reaper wall here. And interested to see what Oliveira is going to do about this. He kind of got... He got, you know? Like, he got memed on in that second game. Gateway Man struck hard. And he did it twice, and he didn't even need a gold base this time. He just needed a corner base with 2 forges. Like, this looks like a ladder game. Or the last game did. And I'm quickly becoming a ginormous fan of Firefly. Like, every game so far, he's done some cheeky bullshit. That's kind of how you have to play Protoss. You know, the race lends itself so well for it. And it is goddamn enjoyable for the viewers. Or at least I think so. Now, let's see if Oliveira goes for that Reaper. Does have the gas almost. Perfectly lines up for Reaper. But he goes for the Marine. So he wants a quicker factory, I suppose. Goes for the SCV Scout. SCV send out to greet that probe and immediately attack the probe. So he wants that CC down. He just plonks it down. Doesn't need to be in location. He'll just fly it over, and now the Marine comes out, shoos away this probe. And the probe might actually die. Ooh, nice kill. Nice shoot and scoot. Or micro by Oliveira. Gets that probe kill. That is nice, so you don't have to worry about that probe being out on the map anymore. The probe can't just leave and go to a corner of the map and potentially build a hidden base and 2 forges. You know, or, you know, normal Protosses, which is build like a hidden Stargate. So Oliveira doesn't really have to fear that anymore. He's still scouting around with this Marine, which I like that a lot. Seeing what Firefly did to him in the last 2 games and tried to do against him in the first game. That's kind of the thing that happens with these super cheeky Protosses. Like, if Oliveira found that base and the 2 forges, like, when they're both almost done, then Firefly looks like an idiot. But he didn't. He looked like a genius because Oliveira didn't find it. Shade trying to get in there, but the supply depots are raised. CC is done for Oliveira now. And we see a Stargate in the front from Firefly. Likes to laying his tech a little bit for a second gateway and some gateway units. So, we do see Orbital. He didn't even re-lift his command center yet. Only one probe died so far. Shade trying to get in here again. See a second barracks underway. We see another Cyclone. And now the barracks does get the CC gets re-lifted. After dropping the Mule. We see Phoenix coming out. So we see going Phoenix Colossus in the third game. We do see a pretty quick third base on Oceanborn. Seems to be pretty easy to take on this map. For most races, in most matchups, it's just like, well, you got one, and you got two, and one of them is a ramp. So, you can just have your army over here, and you'll always be able to defend your bases. Phoenix lifts up that singular Cyclone. Now the Stalkers get closer and just shut it down. Kind of looks like a Rubik lift. That Phoenix over there. Twilight Forge starting up for Firefly. Might build a second and third forge in the corner of the map, you never know. Now we do see two Stalkers moving out here, trying to check out the Marine count, perhaps gets a big volley or siege tank shell into the face of an Adept, but it does survive. Now let's see what he uses his Twilight for. It is charge and armor once again. I kind of like this style by Protoss, where it's either you can go charge armor or you can go blink with usually attack. Could go shields, I guess, but I think attack's pretty nice. So actually, we only saw one Phoenix being made. I guess that's a specific response against that early Cyclone, which can just be so annoying. And it also kind of forces the Terran to respect the fact that it could be Phoenix Colossus. Now we see the Marines and the siege tanks moving out here. Stalkers trying to force out a siege, or at least get some free damage onto the Marines and the Vikings, because there's no stim yet, I think. And there's no medevacs. Indeed, there's no stim. Actually, combat shields almost finished up, so this is a stimless push. Double siege tanks trying to get in range of the shield battery and eventually the Nexus. Now, nuclear battery is committed. And the siege tanks plus Marines actually focus it down right away. Second shield battery finishes up, but not in time to save that one. And Firefly just warping in units, trying to hope that, or delay long enough that he gets charge up, which now he does. And hopefully also armor. And, oh, nice Phoenix used there again. Lifts up the tank. Nice focus fire by Oliveira to shut it down. One tank is down, two tanks down, and now only one very far back trying to anchor this fight. But basically, Firefly, by killing these tanks, shoos Oliveira away from his third base, because now these tanks don't anchor your fight close enough to the Nexus anymore. And now he has to retreat. He feels like his army is not big enough. Doesn't have stim, didn't have medevacs just yet. Now, he did send over one medevac, the first one he made, to save that siege tank. These super speedy zealots are giving chase. And they find out that there is indeed no third base. Firefly probably very happy with his position now. We're seeing +1 and Blink coming out as well. Look at this gateway, man. What the hell? We have 8 gateways. I'm kind of liking it. Hallucinated Phoenix coming out to scout around what Oliveira has. And Oliveira actually has 5 barracks pumping out these Marines. We see Stim about to finish. We see +1 halfway done. And that is a lot of Marines. We see 36 Marines. Wouldn't surprise me if he pulls the boys, indeed. And now the boys and the Marines are coming out to fight. Finds a couple zealots on the map as well. And, whoa, is this going to be a base trade? No. Whoa, Firefly's got to catch some of these reinforcements. Very nice. Force field actually holds back all of these siege tanks. Firefly knows exactly what's up, but doesn't send them into the natural to force a base trade. He's trying to flank with these boys. But this is a lot of Marines and a lot of SCVs to tank for it, and these tanks, these 4 siege tanks, are ready to anchor the fight. Marines charge back to the backline to save his tanks against all of these zealots, and the zealots get melted. All of the siege tanks are now lifted or dead. SCVs are dead, but the Marines doing a lot of damage here, killing all of the zealots, but now it's only Marines, and actually Firefly, no more zealots to buffer for the rest of the army, which is only 5 stalkers, really. So when the zealots die, there's almost no army. And, I mean, Oliveira, you kind of got shut down there. Does Firefly have this in the bag? More SCVs joining the fight. Oliveira hammered him down once, and now he's trying to do it again. Firefly's not listening. But Oliveira will gavel some more. Put down the hammer. 1 siege tank to rule them all, and the Marines come in. Nice kiting here. Kiting these zealots. Only +1 armor. And oh my god, that's so many Marines? What? The nuclear battery's not enough to keep the 3rd base alive, and suddenly Firefly, you were in such a nice position. 40 workers up. But there's not enough units to actually kill the army of Oliveira. Has Oliveira done it? He has a siege tank. He has, like, completely red Marines, and Firefly... Oh my god, the Artosis pylon. Shutting down 5 gateways. And Firefly chrono boosting all of the gateways that he can, trying to get out as many units as possible. And now the probes come up the line, the stalkers blink in, the zealots go in, but the Marines stand tall. We have 1 tank, it's being focused down, but it's still alive. These stalkers are trying, but they can't. Oh, last stalker shot, but there's no more Protoss units here to actually kill the Terran forces. These medevacs healing the Marines back up to full. And just like that, 30 probes fall at Firefly. I can't enter his main base anymore. All of the gateways are just useless now. They're unpowered. 3 stalkers trying to do what they can. Nuclear battery literally healing nobody. And the last probes are pulled off the line to fight these Stim Marines with +1. And I don't think it's enough. We have 5 stalkers. All of the probes have died. 54 probes. Just like that, Oliveira, from the brink of defeat, claws it back. And Firefly loses an almost unlosable game. Oh my god, that feels bad. Firefly. Firefly. This man looks amazing when he wins, and looks so bad when he loses. This is the Protoss of my dreams. What a guy. I love this series, and now we're here in the game number 5 on Alcyone. More gold bases. Oh, here it is. And also some rich geysers, so we could be seeing a lot more gateway man with a lot more zealots. Could even take it on the other side of the... Nah, that's not really good, I guess. If these minerals were like a bit more spread out, you could take the Nexus from both sides. I don't think 4 patches is worth it. But I guess you can kill the rocks after. I don't know. Probably not worth it. Maybe with Zerg. Let's see what he's up. I mean, we all knew this was gonna happen. Even Oliveira should know that this is going to happen. Oliveira throwing down a CC as well? I am expecting... Ah, there he goes. He puts it down in his natural. After the orbital is started, we do see a Reaper. And now, I mean, is he going to instantaneously recall? Can you do that? I think that's epic. That's like better than Zerg first expanding to a gold base. You can just recall your probes. It does cost you a bunch of chrono, though. A bunch of chrono boost. But I feel like it's worth it to just instantly have all your probes here. We do see this Adept. This Adept needs to come out ASAP, because this Reaper behind minerals will just kill all of the probes. Oh, I like this shield battery. For that very reason, this shield battery will make sure that the Reaper can't kill any of the probes when they're mining over there, even if the Adept is not in position. Now we see the Reaper hunting around, and it finds out that this mineral has been mined, which indicates, oh, the recall, yes! And we got 12 probes right away. Shield battery keeping all of these bad boys alive. Oh, it would have been funny if the grenade actually popped into the other side. Look at this Reaper! It doesn't do anything. Firefly doesn't give a damn. Only costs him, well, it costs him a shield battery, but that's going to be useful for the rest of the game. And just a little bit of energy to keep these probes alive. They don't give a damn. They're just mining gold minerals. It's like a fancy watch in StarCraft, right? Like, you got a fancy watch? I got a golden edition of that fancy watch. Oliveira does have a second base up and running, has an orbital there as well. We see Factory getting a tech lab and also a starport. So it might be Cloak Banshees. That would be a decent response, I feel like. Because it's a little hard to have detection on both sides. Probes trying to go out and scout. We do see a Helium plus Reaper here now. And this shield battery actually almost out of energy. Oh, Adept comes in and kills the Reaper. Stalker here now as well. This Hellion barely just gets out. And there is an upgrade that I don't know. I think it's lockdown upgrade for the Raven. We see 2 more barracks coming out. So after this, they might want to go double more Marauder production. See 1 Raven. Okay. So what's that Raven for? Is that for the armor reduction missile? The Dorito cannon? Dude, Firefly has this gold base again. About to take his natural base as well. We do see Blink this time around, though. So last time we saw the Charged Zealot build coming out of these gold minerals. But now we see Blink Stalkers, and it's a lot of them. Blink almost done, and he can just kind of start camping the front of Oliveira's base. And what do you do against that? 2 Adepts trying to get some scouting done here. We do see a Siege Tank. Engineering Bay done as well. So we're probably going to see a +1 upgrade. And now we see Stim coming. Probably going to see either Concussive Shell or Combat Shields as well. Ooh. The Blink Stalkers do get hit a bunch. And ooh. There was an auto turret as well committed there. So these Blink Stalkers do get a little bit of value. Get some damage on the bunker as well. I mean, these SCVs have to stay off the line, kind of like Brood War, to keep that bunker alive from the Stalkers. Actually, the tank got killed, didn't it? The tank got sniped. Oh, wow, Firefly. We missed it. I'm terribly sorry about that, but he move commanded in. Oh, nice catch by Oliveira on these Stalkers here. Kind of in an awkward corner. But what the Firefly did is he walked up to the bunker, just ate all the shots from the Marines of the tank, and then clicked the tank down, and then blinked out. So he did get a bunch of hull damage on his units, but he did get the kill on that Siege Tank, which is, of course, one of those power units that the Terran wants to keep alive. Because it just makes your pushes way stronger, like we saw in that game 4. Like, those tanks were the backbone of those attacks. Now we see Stalkers in the main. Stim is going to get denied. If that gets denied, this game is going to get really ugly for the Terran, but nice repair there by Oliveira. He pulled them off the line instantaneously as soon as he saw those Stalkers. Nice use of the hallucinated Phoenix. Now we do see a Robo here as well, so you could start using an Observer for that as well, but he didn't. Instead he got a Warp Prism. Super nice. Doesn't need to make that Observer if you have a Sentry. Then you can get a quicker Warp Prism, which helps you with an assault in the main. So super sharp here by Firefly. Building his first Immortal, and there it is. Little crab. Ooh, trying to get... Ooh, nice Mikra. Killing a Widowmine there. Forcing it to shoot, or... Well, not really forcing it to shoot, but... baiting it to shoot at the Blink Stalker, missing its shot, and then revealing itself in the process. We do see a Raven going out and double drops going out. again, Stalker's trying to get some work done, but now the Widow Mines, a bit cheaper and more tricky to snipe than the Siege Tank. And we do see this double bio drop in the third base of Firefly. And he does recall a bunch of units. Immortal is here. The Nexus does get sniped down. Nice blink by these Stalkers. Do snipe a complete medevac full of units. We just see the Raven over here, but it gets F2'd back. So no auto turrets at the gold base. One medevac filled up with a couple of units does make it back. And now Firefly might be on the offensive here. Does remake his Nexus. Does have control of the super central Zanaga tower, which is kind of crazy. You don't see that on most maps anymore. Because it just gives you so much map control if you have this Zanaga tower. I guess it's to punish people that take the gold base super early. And then you can take this position and attack them. But if you have the gold base and you have this position, like, you're just winning. You have everything you need. Firefly does have slightly less workers than Oliveira, but he does get more income from the amount of workers that he does have. Now we do see a third base being flown over here for Oliveira. 1-1 on both sides, getting +1 armor on both sides as well. It seems a pretty decent position for Oliveira. Nice snipe on the Nexus, really setting the Firefly back here. Now this Warp Prism warping in some Zealots again. He might try and go into the main base once more, but there is a Viking there. Might use it to flank or set up a flank at the third base here. Oh my god, Widow Mines get decent shots there on the Zealots. Warp Prism tries to go in here and drops a bunch of Zealots and warps in a bunch more. Oh my god, it gets shut down by the second Viking. And no 11 Zealots in your main base. And now these Widow Mines are hidden. Dorito Cannon gets shot on top of all of the Stalkers. Decent force feeds. All of the Marines are inside of the medevacs. And a big carpet bomb of all of the bio on top of the Protoss army. The Immortals get targeted down, and all that Firefly is left remaining are these 4 Stalkers trying to get back to their base, trying to get back to their mommies. And these Zealots are F2'd back into the army of Oliveira. If you look at the supply, Oliveira's 30 supply up, has his third base up and running. And Firefly hoping to catch a cheeky fourth there. Maybe catch a bunch of SCVs, but does not find any damage. Now tries to use his Stalker to get a little bit of damage. So far, so good. Another medevac here. 4 mines in there. Is he trying to, like, lay mines in the retreat path of Oliveira? That would be kind of cool. Lays 2 mines in the gold base, or what is left of it. We only have 3 patches left. And the armory of Oliveira making these Widow Mines invisible, making it completely impossible for Firefly to keep mining on all of his bases. Only 3 probes. 4 probes died to all of these mines, but they're everywhere. Finally, 1 observer does arrive. If only you had observer speed. And now these mines about to recharge. And the third... I feel like the gold base completely forfeit. 10 probes do die to the mines there. Oh, mine does hit the Stalkers just before they can blink back. Nuclear battery completely wasted there. And now the gold base does get shut down. Not the worst for Firefly because it was almost mine died anyways. But the Robos also forfeit. Nice EMPs on the Zealots. Lose all of their shields. And Firefly is forced to tap out as Oliveira's army is just too gosh darn big. What a funny series. I kind of feel like Firefly made all the moves, and either he did a cool trick or he fell off a skateboard. That's kind of what it looked like, but in the last game, Oliveira did show his class there a little bit. Like, it's like, you know who I am? The goddamn world champion, mother trucker. Let me show you how it's done. And this last game was just pretty clean, honestly. He woke up, the beast. Like that, Oliveira takes this series 3-2. Thank you, Aaron, for requesting this game. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this cast. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.